In the past year, I've been getting meaner in my comment sections, and in the spirit of Men's Mental Health Month, let's discuss it. Before I start, I will say that Men's Mental Health Month is almost never taken seriously, and especially by men. It's usually discussed the other 11 months of the year to be misogynistic and put a woman down. And I especially know this because 99% of the harassment, racism, and bullying that I get on the internet is from men. So if men care so much about their mental health, why do they constantly put men down? Moving on, my Hakubi cosplay has drastically changed my online and cosplay experience. It was the first time I've done a cosplay where I actually rethink, do I want to keep portraying this character? Do I want to keep asking my friends to join me? Because I know that if I post something, I will get bombarded with racism, transphobia, misogyny, harassment, annoying comments, things that will just keep piling up and piling up. Ever since my video went viral in August, it has been non-stop. In the month of May, I think I got about 60,000 comments. At minimum, 2,000 of those were automatically filtered. At one point, I was deleting at least 100 a day manually. And while I'm going through all of that just on TikTok alone, which by the way is much worse than Instagram, so the memes of don't post it to Instagram don't even make sense anymore, I also have to worry about my Instagram, my Twitter, my YouTube. I'm constantly getting DMs. I'm dealing with life outside of social media. I'm creating content. I'm working. I'm having my own personal relationships. And then people expect me to be nice and unbothered and above it all. It's quite an unrealistic expectation. The argument of you're a content creator, you signed up for this makes no sense because I didn't sign up for anything except to post content. And because of my race, I get more hate than a lot of people. I did not sign up for this. And if I'm going to be really, really real, I'm always getting advice, especially unsolicited advice on how to handle things. And most of the time, a lot of people don't think about how their advice does not work or is outdated. The internet is not the same as it was 10 plus years ago. Online bullying is not 5 people from your hometown making fun of your name. Online bullying is tens, hundreds, thousands of people harassing you daily from around the world, and then gaslight you, and then sea-line you. So turning off comments does not help me, nor does it help my community. Because one of the things I love about content creation is interacting with my community. Me personally, if I can't post something and get interaction with my community, it's almost not even worth it. Or number 2, just ignoring everyone and everything is not healthy and not useful. Just turning off your emotions and not feeling anything, not helpful, not useful. To a degree, yes. But most of the people that I know who turn off their brain and don't care about anything are either really terrible people and don't want to take accountability, and therefore they have trouble keeping other people accountable, or they just don't care about the community. They will let anything happen, anything pile up, and they don't care about how anything looks or how anything affects other people. For example, in real life, outside of the internet, if someone calls me the N-word, like if I'm walking along the street, someone calls me the N-word, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do nothing. Even though I'm a trained fighter, there's no reason for me to do anything. Do I think it's rude? Yes. Do I think they're racist? Yes. But me personally, I'm moving on with my life. If someone calls me the N-word on the internet, what happens? Boom. This is supposed to be a serious video, even though that was kind of funny, but that comment sticks to me. And not only does it stick to me, it becomes really prevalent, right? Say another person comes along, they see my page, they're like, oh my gosh, I see something funny. I see someone calling you the N-word. What happens? Boom. Another comment. Next thing you know, boom. Another comment. It builds up, it stays there. Now, if I represent my page, people come to my page, they don't just see me, they don't just see my content, they see all the negativity, all the harassment, all the racism that is building up on my platform. So even though I might be unbothered, right? Even though a 13-year-old can't make me feel bad about myself, even though a racist can't make me feel ashamed to be black, even though someone who doesn't understand something cannot make me feel like I am inferior, I still have to have all this on my page. And then I have to moderate. I have to take time to remove it. I have to take time to delete it. I have to take time to block entire threads discussing my race, 50 plus comments at a time. That part is frustrating, annoying, unnecessary. I missed a comment. And obviously, while racism, misogyny, homophobia are all the worst of the comments, getting comment after comment after comment, making fun of your pronunciation, putting you down, putting your content down, and then after hours and hours of work and research, having people tell you that your content is incorrect is still annoying and frustrating. Luckily for me, I do have a fairly high tolerance, so I have been dealing with it for month after month. But one thing I do to kind of increase my mental health, to increase how I protect myself, to increase how I encourage my community and protect my community, is to talk about it, is to talk against it. Making content is probably the biggest way I can do that, even though it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It sucks sometimes to have to make content about things. I don't necessarily love it, but it is more effective than me leaving a comment. Then me simply making a video will get spread way more. If I had pinned comments on TikTok, it would be a lot better. It is an effective method on YouTube and Instagram, but TikTok hates us. You know, it's a lot better than going through each comment individually. I think a lot of people think that I go through every single comment and apply to everything. It's more like for 1 out of every 100 comments, maybe even more, I will reply to someone. And when I reply to someone, I'm not necessarily being mean or angry or attacking them or bullying them. I think my straightforwardness and my respect for myself gets portrayed as angry, which is also very unfair and sometimes borderline racist. But if I'm busting my butt, working on the cosplay, doing research, triple, quadruple, quintuple checking my facts and resources, and I come on here to create something fun for people, and I'm getting 200 plus comments a week correcting expecting it. 200 plus comments a week of people making fun of me, making fun of my skin tone. Am I really being aggressive if I reply to one comment, hey, your comment is annoying, hey, your comment is racist? If that's all I say, is that really being outlandish? And is that really me obsessing over every comment? Or is that me just replying to one singular person every now and then to educate them, stop them, or stand up for the people who might have seen that comment who are also affected? I'm also very, very aware that people on the internet have a different experience, and any video could be their first experience with me. Maybe they haven't seen a video of mine before. Maybe English is their second language. Maybe they're a teenager. Maybe they don't know how to communicate properly and they thought that what they were saying wasn't that offensive. Maybe they were truly trying to be helpful. But at the same time, I'm allowed to want respect. Some things are just purely racist. I care about my community and people who see my page. I'm allowed to stand up for myself, and my feelings matter. This side is always going to outweigh this side. So in the past, I used to be very flowery with my comments. I used to be very nice and overly respectful to anybody who did anything, whatever. And now I'm like, you know what? I don't need to spend energy being flowery. I can just be straightforward. And the people that get it. They're not offended. They're just like, oh, sorry, and we move on. I'm okay with that. If you say something, I say, hey, don't say that, and you're like, hey, sorry, it's done. Trust me, it's good. But if you say something, I say, hey, don't say that, you come back at me even more, then yeah, we're gonna have a problem. You're gonna get deleted, you're gonna get blocked. I will not respect you and your opinion. And that, in a way, is how I have been able to help regulate myself, by just respecting myself, by just defending myself, by educating people. So telling me to take that away, telling me to not care, telling me to just let my comment section run amok, I couldn't think of any other word. Not helpful. Allowing me to feel my feelings, allowing me to educate people, allowing me to express myself, that's what you should be doing. Because really, I have not been outrageous so far. And this is also something that you can take back and use for yourself, because I learned this on an individual level, I'm using it on an internet level. In life, in relationships, whether they're romantic or not, it's not always about being correct. It's about being heard, and it's about being respected. It's about empathy. So if someone says something mean to you, you're allowed to say, hey, that hurt my feeling and I don't like that. And how they react in response tells you everything you need to know. If they lash out at you, if they call you mean, if they call you unreasonable, that's not your problem. You're allowed to express yourself. So yes, I have been meaner these days, but in a direct response to constant antagonists. And that meanness isn't even me being mean. It is me just creating and enforcing some boundaries. It is me caring about my community and the people who see my pages. It is me wanting respect for myself and my content. It is me wanting to make sure that the people who collaborate with me are not being harassed about their genitalia, being harassed about their gender and identity, being harassed about their race. When you're about to comment something on a total stranger's page, I encourage you to stop and think, is this comment necessary? How will this comment come off? I really need to give my opinion. Am I actually adding or detracting from what they did? Is it backhanded? And when you're doing this, you need to think beyond yourself. Because empathy isn't just, if I did it, would I like it? It's truly understanding if this other person felt and experienced this thing, how would they feel? How would they react? How would they interpret it? If you go to a total stranger's page with no context, no background, no relationship to them, how are your words going to come across? So, happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.